I teach auto body and I teach automotive technology. Well, from auto body, the things that we cover would be dent repair, some welding, and some refinishing. So we actually paint during the class. Okay, so I think the highlight in auto body would be our fender project, where we actually build a project from scratch, and eventually we paint the project at the end. For auto technology, we cover everything from safety to owning a car, to maintaining a car, and learning about all the different parts of the vehicle. I am going to teach you about owning and maintaining your vehicle, and I'm going to teach you how to lift a vehicle and how to repair a vehicle. So we're going to learn all about brakes and tune-ups and cooling systems, emission control, and computers.
My name is Gordon Oliver, and I am an applied technology teacher here at Stagg. With electronics, our students leave with the basic understanding of circuitry and electricity, and they can take those skills home to repair basic electronics, house circuits, or even calculate their electricity bills. Can take that into a career, or can just make that into a hobby where they are building with Arduinos, they're programming. With electronics, a fun project that we've done in the past, students will create and engineer a fun little trinket, whether it's a walking robot or whether it's a rolling little car. And students are tasked with soldering, building, wiring everything together, and depending on the project, possibly even programming that to accomplish a task. Another class that I teach is computer maintenance, and in that class we learn the basics of hardware and software. We build computers, we price things out with new technology as it's constantly released, and students leave with the possibility of taking a professional grade certification once they complete the class. And in graphic design, students are tasked with using Adobe-based products like Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, and within constraints, designing movie posters, mouse pads, t-shirts, and a lot of various textiles that they're capable of taking home or putting on social media to show off their growth.
So in CAD 1 and CAD 2, you're going to start out learning nonverbal graphic communication. So you're going to learn how to create drawings, working drawings that will allow a manufacturing industry to create the part or widget that you're looking to create. It doesn't take any kind of communication other than nonverbal. So there's skills that you'll learn in the actual software, taking a part, visualizing it, making it into a two-dimensional object, looking at all the different views, and then on top of that, you will then build into three-dimensional parts, and we'll do that into CAD 2 in a program called Inventor, where we're doing 3D solid modeling design. And you'll be able to print on a 3D printer and create the parts so that you can actually physically see them in the real world. So in welding, by no means are you going to walk out of one semester class in welding as a certified welder, but you certainly will be exposed to shielded metal arc welding, gas metal arc welding, and tungsten inert gas welding. Those three types of welds are used in industry predominantly. There are hands-on jobs unbelievably in this market today, and it is just another part of the STEM career pathway. In welding, we make some small table-based projects that are a real great opportunity for the students to put their hands on the machinery and recognize the skills that it takes and the practice and the work ethic that needs to be infused into that in order to create a perfect project. So in engineering concepts, they're going to learn how to collaborate together and use problem-based logic to configure answers to problems that I will give them. Essentially, they're going to use software knowledge that we would gain from computer-aided drafting, and they'll be able to apply those to solve engineering problems. Students in previous classes have really enjoyed the Pringles Chip Challenge. They're able to create their design, they'll be able to put their hands on the piece and see how it is that what they've created and formed actually works
So I teach building trades. One thing that students can take away from that are simple skills that they'll use for the rest of their lives. One day, I would hope each student would own their own home and be able to work on it and not have to pay somebody for little fixes and things like that. I also teach math and construction, which is a lot more of the same in building construction, except we apply the math behind it. So very similar to both classes. So the highlights for my classes are that students come in with limited skills sometimes, or as much as being able to use basic tools to be able to understand how structures are built and understand how all the components go in to make up any structure, like a house, a building, all that stuff.